Making sure that everyone, no matter what you look like or where you come from or who you love or how you identify, is part of our community and we're stronger for it. And I think that's what this exhibit is very much about. So thank you to everybody who made it happen, and it's really exciting to be here. And now it's my honor to turn this over to Mayor Moran from Manchester.
Thank you, Luke, and thank you for having me here. And thank you for giving my speech, because that's exactly what I was going to say. So what I just said, for the sake of time, it is true. The greatest treasure in our community of Manchester, and I believe, is the diversity of its people. That we may look different, we may come from different backgrounds, different even religions, different beliefs, but we have become one, and that's the most important thing, that we believe in each other. I'd like to thank Pat for having one of Manchester's newest residents. Welcome to Manchester. Doing some great work for us in Manchester. Folks, we had the honor of displaying most of this artwork for about 7 weeks in Manchester, expressing that same feeling that Mayor Brown just talked about the diversity and the different perspectives, but when we stop and think, we are one. And I think we need to continue that, and continue to teach that to our children, because when you turn on a TV set today, sometimes you don't get that message, correct? So let's turn off the TV, let's come downtown Hartford now and look at the art displays and understand what the world is about, and what, not only the world, but what Hartford and a community like Manchester, by the way, we will be the largest suburb by 2030, so we're pretty connected now, Luke, we're pretty connected. We just have East Hartford in the way, I'm sorry. But thank you for having me, thank you for my folks all in Manchester for doing a wonderful job. We're happy to be here, we're happy to be part of the greater Manchester, the Hartford area, and I am so honored to be here with my good friend Luke Cronin, celebrating all of us in this diverse communities that we have. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Warren. Please stick around. I'd like to have both mayors come up, and I want to ask for a warm welcome to Ms. Pat Johnson, who has been a great friend, a mentor, and a great help in helping to coordinate this exhibit. She is our official exhibit coordinator for the first installation here, Perspectives, at the HPA-TV Community Art Gallery. I'm trying not to get emotional because I appreciate her so much, but I would love to give Pat Johnson the honor of doing the official opening of the gallery. She has an instrument in her possession that she is going to speak about, and I would love to have both mayors come forward for the official opening ceremony. Pat Johnson, please put your hands together.
Woo! So when we talk about perspectives and we're all different and we're all one, that's a concept, it's an idea that we have not yet lived up to. But inside of us, there is a thing, I'll call it, because I'm not smart enough to know what it is. It's an energy that we all share. So I'm going to open with a sound, and I'd like you to close your eyes and recognize that this sound connects the connection one to another, always. Feel it? If you didn't feel it, we got to do it again. So keep that sound in mind, everyone here, and I want to also mention Stacy Becklin.
My bad.
Because she was the first manager of the Workspace Gallery and has done an excellent job in the collaboration. So we're pleased that you are all here. We hope that you take away a new belief, and that is that we are actually all one. Okay, and you guys, it's amazing that you come to endorse and share and let these people know that you're for real. You're for real. Thank you very much. Okay. All right.
4 more years for this thing.
Okay. We have the pleasure of having our poet laureates and troubadours
Yay.
from Manchester and Hartford. Marie Morris Paul did a poem at our last event in Manchester. Julie. I have a million names in my head, as you must know, connected to this. It was a poem about her son, and she wanted to do it here. And she's asked me if I would do it for her. I think I'm going to wait until later to see if I can, because her son was passed. Yes. And the poem was about. But I'm going to call Ryan Parker.
Right here, I just saw it.
Ryan Parker. Peace. Peace out.
Well, hold on to your seat. This guy's awesome.
And Frederick Douglass Knowles. These are our poet laureates, Manchester and Hartford respectively. And they're bad. B-A-D-D, bad. So at this point, I'm going to ask Brian to open up and pass it to Yazad, or Frederick Douglass Knowles. Okay. And each are going to do a poem, and then I'll figure out whether I can actually do Julia's poem. Okay, Brian?
Hey, can I open just with, I want to open with gratitude. And I just want to say, you know, whenever I can be in a space of art and community, that's magic in itself right there. And if I can be in a space where I can speak and have my voice centered and y'all are open to listen to what it is I have to say, then that's a true gift. So I entered the poem set with gratitude, with thanks. So thank you for that. I also want to thank my ancestors who made it possible for me to be in the space. If it weren't for them, then I wouldn't be here speaking. And I want to give thanks to the indigenous people who are responsible for the ground from which the building extends and we stand on. So all praise in that direction before all else. And let's let the poems fall with it. Amen. Yeah, I think I'm going to go mic-less. I'm going to try to go mic-less. Just amplify.
Because they're recording it so that they can hear you.
Okay. The mic. I like this stand. It makes me feel cooler. There's a stand here behind you. Yeah. There's a stand that I feel cooler, like I could. No, I could not. That would be weird. That would be weird.
What is it? There's a stand to your right.
Okay, maybe. This one's on?
Oh, there's a mic
Does it have
stand
to be this
behind you.
mic?
I don't know.
There you go.
Oh. So let's clap it up for the help. Thank you so much. Let's clap it up for the help. My name is Ryan Parker, I'm a poet. I saw Jesus in a bodega the other day. He had thick cornrows under a Trayvon Martin hood decked out in joggers and faded J's. Overheard him talking about salvation with the droopy skinned lady beside him, slurring his opinions through gold fronts. Her standing there like a crooked stop sign with dents in it. Him palming a 40 ounce and a pack of Ritz peanut butter crackers, snapping in and out of barely coherence. Peaked track marks on his arms, trails to the scars on his palms, but he didn't see me singing. He just stood there mumbling about deliverance from sin and its consequences and how he misses old Kanye, while droopy skinned lady gave him the deepest of I don't care glares. I wondered if she knew he was Jesus. I wondered if he knew he was Jesus. If he knew the sanctity of this bodega and the crumbling block that it stood on. If he knew that the wall of lottery tickets and cigarettes was our cross. That there is no God greater than the convenience of this store at this time, in this space, from Slurpees to ramen noodles, beef jerky and vaping jewels, to so many of us standing there in the glory of Goya beans, cheese whiz, and Mountain Dew. This be the church for us, the fragmented and forgotten, and yes, even Jesus here rotting this slow death can only be a sign that we are all going to heaven. I don't really think this place was meant for me, but I know that the ancestors sent for me. I can never be what some pretend to be. I can never be what some pretend to be. No, no. I used to find myself between rocks and hard places. Hard times, hard minds, and all these hard faces. But then I learned to grind and rise up to the large spaces. Haile Selassie methodology is all sacred. Homie, it's all basic. You gotta put your faith in. You see them dreams flying by, you better go and chase them. Hop on a spaceship, no time to be wasted. That's how you advance to high stance from basic. And I ain't talking about material or swag or nothing. I'm talking about your mind, body, soul, having something. So many put their hands out but never grab at nothing. Then wonder why they're about to die without having something now. Truth be told, if you wait too long then the soup gets cold. Don't delay another day, go achieve your goal. But in the process of that, don't leave your soul, no. I don't think this place was ever meant for me. But I know that the ancestors sent for me. I can never be what some pretend to be, no, no. Past the pain and all the fallacy flaws I saw magically. The balance of an unstable world and what it has to be. It all originated from self-hope, planted in the soul the true value of wealth. My mind raced like white dashes on highways when driving 85 plus and leaning sideways. My time crushed by the seconds. Internalize the life lessons and situate myself within the path of right blessings. I got a choice in the game. It's a privilege having voice in the game and microphones and amplify both the joy and the pain. I spit a poem to the ghosts in the rain and speak the most of what I know to keep the glow in the flame. My words tangled in a beatbox on street blocks. You catch a verbal detox, conscientious bars from the tall past the treetops. The sky's got wisdom for all. You can see it in the stars from the moment they fall. You can read between the lines of all the galaxy walls and take a sip of moonlight and quickly swallow it all. I pledge allegiance to the sun and to the earth and the wind, and to the spirits of my ancestors searching within. You paved the path where my purpose begins, and I was blessed with a new daughter, now my purpose extends. Thank you so much. I want you to keep that same energy going because keep it not going because I'm next to the mic. We got Harvard Poet Laureate. We got the person I'm ready to fire on this man. Ladies and gentlemen, please clap it up.
Hey, peace, Alfred. How y'all doing, all right? One more time for Ryan Parker, please. And this back. I just want to say thank you to the ancestors. Thank you, Hartford. Thank you, Mayor Broning. Thank you, Ms. Pat, for acknowledging how important artistry is to all of us. And that's all I'm going to say. I'm going to read this poem dedicated to my brother, who was studied at UHart, jazz musician, and he's still alive. And actually, it's dedicated beyond him to late artist Roy Hargrove, who passed away this summer. And the title is The Language of Johnny Lee, for Showtime. I never spoke the language of Johnny Lee till a musician who emerged from my little brother captivated the scene at Black Eyed Sally's. His twin cocoa skin, ballooning like a birthday wish, fixed to blow out the candle wax of his sax. I never spoke his language until he taught protégés how to clef at the Artist Collective, schooling them like McLean learned him, exercising ghost notes hidden beneath the sheets of Gershwin. He knew how the dolce and kind of blue could brighten the color of your chakra like a mood ring. How love supreme was life's purpose. How Hargrove soloed on Badu's rendition of Think Twice, wishing he would listen to his own wisdom. I never spoke the language of Johnny Lee until I heard Miles birth the cool. Diz, salt them peanuts, slim and slam, forewarned to watch out for flat-foot floogies, cause Mr. Charlie done caged bird for toking jive cigarettes that posed a threat to their Leave It to Beaver lifestyle. He did. I never spoke the language of Johnny Lee till tuning into Maurice D. Robertson on 91.3, enticing avant-gardes to step through the side door and peep Nat Reeves strumming behind Kate Russian, reciting poems about her southern kin. I never spoke the language of Johnny Lee, but understood every syllable ever sang at the Savoy. Every vowel within a Sarah-born verse. Every noun ever announced. Every twilight after a night in Tunisia. Every heart the girl from Ipanema ever broke. I never spoke the language of Johnny Lee till the imagery of a Toni Morrison novel named after that genre of American history, jazz. The jelly in my roll, the afro in my blue, the Billy in my holiday, Thelonious like Monk, Max as a roach. I never spoke the language of Johnny Lee till my little brother spoke to me through a spirit of sound only Africa could imagine. Only her lost children could conceive. A biorhythm of blackness birthed from the bottom of the Atlantic, pursed between the lips of language.
I'd like to ask Stacey Zacklin just to come up and say a few words. She's been core and critical to this whole process.
Meeting Pat Johnson was a gift, one of the highlights of last year, and it really stimulated an expansion for us at Workspace, which is the co-working and meeting space owned and operated by the town of Manchester, where we thrive on inclusivity and diversity and bringing different people and different businesses with different goals together to share ideas, to share experiences, and to form relationships. So I want to thank you very much to the Mayor of Manchester and to the Mayor of Hartford for allowing us to extend our reach to, we put out a call to artists in August. We had over 60 artists, over 150 submissions. In 7 weeks, we had Ryan Parker brought school children through to look at the art, to discuss how it brought out emotions in them, to identify those emotions, and then ultimately to have an experience of painting those emotions. We had a traditional African, Kwanzaa celebration. We had live body art painting. We had tattoo artists come and talk about that experience. We had singers like Sarah and songwriters and poets and dancers, and it really opened up a lot for a lot of people. And to have that intimate experience in a public forum, I think is what we as community builders are meant to do when we connect with the right people. So thank you for being those people. Thank you to Hartford Public Access Television for giving these artists another venue. And please share with your friends that this is happening. They can come and visit this studio during the day. They can come and visit Workspace Gallery during the day. Our next exhibit's going up on February 10th. It's 4 high schools in Manchester, all submitting student artwork. So we appreciate you being here. Gil, is there anything before we wrap up? Pat? All right. Excellent. Well, thank you very much, and I just want to get the mayors in front of the sign before you leave so we can get a photo op. All right, thanks.
Before we bring on the troubadour from Manchester, I'd like you to know one other person who was consistently critical in putting this together. I mean, 724 has worked diligently and spiritually, and just has given everything that he and his little son Solomon had. James Black.
He's probably putting stickers on.
It is incredible to find someone with whom to work that just doesn't give up. I mean, so much we started yesterday, a second day, and he said, Miss Pat, you should go home. You didn't sleep. And I said, I can't leave you because I can't lose you. It's amazing. James.
You're looking for him.
Okay. In the meantime, this exhibit continues to create itself. This is a young man, Teklo, who came to my home and said, I do some stuff, but I'm not really an artist. And he brought this along with him.
Hello, everyone.
This is the man.
I'll take the opportunity. Hello, everyone. It's a pleasure to have you all see all the variety of faces, the skin tones, all of these things. This is very important to me because I believe that this is an opportunity for us to understand primarily why we're here. It's not just about the amazing atmosphere, the laughs, the kisses, the hugs. We have a history, and this shared history has brought us here. And this opportunity is for us to help people like my son there, Solomon, who doesn't understand the ills of what we have come to understand from our past, but he should be able to invest in a brighter future. Why? Because we're going to get it right. We're going to use the art that's available to us, the conversations that we're going to be having afterwards, and from this I hope that we truly grow, not to have these same issues to continually envelop and cause us to experience the worst of ourselves, right? But all of these things and the traumas, they're there, but let's observe them. Let's observe how we think when we are faced with what we may deem to be an attack, a microaggression, or even the happiness, because ultimately we are in a shared space, and the community cannot grow if we don't have the heart and the mind that will get us to a place of true joy. And I hope that we all leave here with a token of love, because that for me underpins this all. All right, thank you so much, everyone.
Okay, the troubadour from Manchester will now open the musical part. And thank you so much, everyone. It's something else.
Folks, before we let you go, and we want you to hang out and and enjoy some great music. We have a DJ who's going to play some wonderful music for you. This is indeed a celebration, but a lot of hard work went into this coming to fruition. So I want to let you know that, first of all, this event is being broadcast live thanks to the support of the Hartford Foundation for Public Giving, who gave us a grant that allowed us to invest into the live system and technology, and also the Slim Studio technology, which allows us to, without any wires, broadcast live from HPA-TV. We're actually live right now on channel 96, our government channel, and we're also live on HPA-TV.org. So please put your hands together for the Hartford Foundation, because everyone here is touched by the Hartford Foundation every day. So thank you so much for our time. There's quite a few people that I need to thank. I know I'm going to miss some people, but please forgive me. But first and foremost, the HPA-TV Board of Directors and our staff will work very hard every day to not just transform the station into an art gallery, but to transform the station into a state-of-the-art station where producers are proud to come in and utilize our resources to broadcast their own programs, to voice their opinions, because freedom of speech and freedom of expression is a big part of our core values. Want to make sure that I thank Stacy Zakin of the town of Manchester and Workspace for all the work that they did in making the transition here as easy as possible. It was not easy. It's something that probably hasn't been done before. I certainly haven't been involved in something of this magnitude, reinstalling an existing gallery exhibit to another gallery and making sure that things fit, and it's just a lot of work. So thanks again to James Black and to Pat Johnson for coordinating all of that hard work and making it as smooth as possible. Mayor Bronin, for all your support, the City of Hartford, City Council, Mayor Morris, Town of Manchester, for coming out and really showing the support, and just being a great example of what collaboration can mean from regionalizing the state of Connecticut, and just really showing unity. The Department of Economic and Community Development gave us a grant to install the hardware that you see here on our walls. We were able to contract a good friend, Mr. Bill Katz, who's also producing a great show called Hartford Folk Music Plus. You'll see that on the airways soon. You'll find us on YouTube. You'll find us on Channel 5, on Comcast, and Frontier. And also want to thank Justin Nieves, who also worked with the surveying of the space and measuring and making sure that we didn't over-purchase, because as you know, when it comes to running a nonprofit organization, every dollar that you get, you have to spend wisely, and you have to stretch it as far as you can. I want to thank my family, my wife Marisol, my son Dio, my grandson Diomedes, and his mother, Yobi, for helping today. And just want to let you know that every Wednesday we're going to continue here at 5 o'clock. We're going to be broadcasting, we're going to be videotaping presentations by a lot of the artists that are here. We want this to be a space for artists to voice their opinions, to feel safe, but also to be able to document their expression, freedom of expression, artistic expression, and making sure that their voices will be heard. So we're really glad, the board of directors and myself, that we're able to renovate the station. We're not done yet. We're about to apply for another grant with from the PECPISA program of the state of Connecticut, which is due in 2 days, so that's what I'll be doing for the next 2 days. But with that funding, we hope that we'll be able to finish the renovation and focus on producing quality programming for the constituents of Hartford, and to become the window, the world's window to Hartford, and Hartford's cheerleader, for promoting everything that's fantastic in Hartford, because we are a great town, it's a great city, and we have a lot to be proud of. So thank you very much for coming out. Thank you for indulging me, and have a great evening.
Hey y'all, I don't have a big speech or a big list of people I want to thank. I want to thank the sun for coming up this morning. I want to thank the air for filling my lungs this morning. I'm going to sing a single positive song for y'all to leave with tonight. Hopefully a nice good message and a nice vibe for you. I am Bill Ludwig. I'm the Manchester Town Troubadour. I'm the ambassador of music at Manchester. My role is to promote live performance. Manchester is one of the few towns that allows legal paid busking on the streets. Live performers, always give them guys $1, man. They're out there doing the work. I appreciate all the spaces there are to perform, and I appreciate the invite here, and I hope you dig my song. I'm going to just play one song. Take a breath, close your eyes, let your impulse subside. Take a moment to as you choose, when I find, and I hold you inside, just follow don't hit the stars, don't hit the girls, don't let all the struggles, and the time comes, please always decide to be kind, to be kind, to be kind. Whoa, whoa, be kind, be kind. Thank you.